Good morning, friends. In this video, we shall discuss base flow. So first we shall discuss what is base flow, and then we shall discuss methods of base flow separation. So while discussing hydrograph, we have discussed the hydrograph is called as flood hydrograph. It is also called as storm hydrograph. So it comprises of base flow also. Right, bottom part is called as base. So what is this base flow? The surface flow hydrograph or direct runoff hydrograph is obtained by separating the base flow from flood hydrograph ordinates. So this base flow, it is nothing but it is also called as a natural flow. So when precipitation occurs, there will be development of runoff or discharge, or you can say flow, and if that flow is plotted against time, then it is called as hydrograph. When rainfall occurs, runoff stops. So when rainfall stops, then there will be decrease in the runoff, right? Decrease in the runoff, and after a certain period of time, there will be no runoff. But in case of mountainous area, in case of sloping area, in case of hilly area, even after cessation of rainfall, stopping of the rainfall, there will be flow from the ground. It is called as base flow. It is also called as natural flow. म्हणजे तुम्ही जर बघितलं, तुम्ही जर हिल्ली डोंगराळ प्रदेशामध्ये जर गेला तर तिथं पाऊस नसतो, पण डोंगरातनं पाणी येत असतं बाहेर. Right? It continues for a couple of days, it continues for a couple of weeks, sometimes it continues for a couple of months also. Months together also. And that flow is called as base flow. So, the total hydrograph is called as hydrograph, flood hydrograph or storm hydrograph, and if this base flow is separated from the hydrograph, in that case the hydrograph is called as surface flow hydrograph, also called as direct runoff hydrograph, known as DRH. Direct runoff hydrograph. So for getting this direct runoff hydrograph, base flow is separated from the hydrograph, right? So there are three methods of base flow separation for getting this DRH, direct runoff hydrograph. First method is called as straight line method. Second is called as method number 2, no name is their special name. Third is called method number 3. We shall discuss one by one. So these are the elements of hydrograph already we have discussed. So this hydrograph is called as a hydrograph, flood hydrograph or storm hydrograph. This total is called as hydrograph. Please get it understood. This is a very important concept. This total is called as hydrograph or flood hydrograph or storm hydrograph. And this bottom part is called as base flow, natural flow. If this base flow is separated, whatever hydrograph remains, it is called as a DRH, direct runoff hydrograph, and runoff under this is called a direct runoff. If you find out the volume of this, area of this, the area under this will give you direct runoff. Now method number 1, it is called as straight line method. It is called as straight line method. So in this method, separation of base flow is achieved by joining with a straight line the beginning of the surface runoff to a point on the recession limb, representing the end of direct runoff. So in this straight line method, what is done? The beginning of the runoff, that is point A, join with end of surface runoff with the straight line, and that's why the method is called as straight line method. So in case of this straight line method, it is easy to know the point A from where there will be built up of the runoff. So this point A very easily one can find out at a starting point. But the question arises, the difficulty arises how to locate this point B. It may be here, it may be here, it may be anywhere in this portion. So how to locate this point B? So hydrologist has given relationship in terms of n days, n equals to 0.83 a to the power 0.2 So from this ordinate, that is the ordinate at peak discharge, it is plotted, and from this end days is measured. From this end days is measured, and that will represent, that will show the position of point B. Hope it is clear. So n days, n equals to 0.83 a to the power 0.2, where n is number of days, a is the area of catchment or basin in terms of square kilometer. So now with this relationship, the point B can be located and determine the end of the direct runoff or surface runoff. Joining point A with point B, one can get the straight line, and the portion below this complete portion, the portion below this will give you base flow. So here you will get various ordinates, different ordinates of this base flow, and if these ordinates are deducted from the ordinates, the total ordinates of hydrograph, one will get the ordinates of surface runoff, or you can say DRH. The portion above this dotted line, this is called as DRH, direct runoff hydrograph. So this is method number 1. Hope it is understood. Very simple. So what is done in case of this? Very first, point A is located, right? It is nothing but starting of the runoff. Then point B is located. These 2 points are joined with the straight line. The portion below this will give you base flow. Now here there is a difficulty to exactly locate this point B. So it is located n days from the ordinates at the peak. How this n days calculated? With this relationship, n equals to 0.83 a to the power 0.2, and then it is measured from here. So this is regarding method number 1. So method number 2. In this method, second method, the base flow curve existing prior to the commencement of the surface runoff is extended till it intersects the ordinate drawn at the peak. This point is joined to point B by a straight line. Segment AC and CB. Segment AC and CB demarcate the base flow and surface runoff. This is probably the most widely used base flow separation method. This is probably. So what is done in case of second method? Now here no question of B very easily you can locate. So in case of this method, first you have to show the ordinate at the peak. So this is the ordinate at the peak. Then what is done in case of this? The base flow curve existing prior to this point, beginning of the surface runoff point A, it is extended till it join to the ordinate at the peak. Let this point as a point C. Then A is joined with C with straight line, C is joined with point B with straight line. The area below this segment AC and CB, so this area will represent base flow. And this is the most widely used method. This method is treated as a more accurate with compared to the first method as well as third method also. So this is regarding method 2. Hope you understood it. Now coming to method number 3. No special name is given in case of this method number 3. What is in case of this method number 3? So in case of this method number 3, the base flow recession curve after the depletion of flood water is extended backward. The base flow curve part of recession curve after the depletion of the flood water is extended backward till it intersects the ordinate at the point of inflection. Now here the ordinate at the point of inflection is considered. In the previous 2 methods we have considered ordinate at the peak, but here we have to consider ordinate at the point of inflection. Point A and F, let it as a point F. Point A and F are joined by an arbitrary smooth curve. This method of base flow separation is realistic in situations where the groundwater contributions are significant and reach the stream quickly. So this is regarding method number 3. So what is this method number 3? So in case of this method number 3, the recession curve, part of the recession curve after this point B, it is extended backward. Still it cuts the ordinate which are drawn at the inflection point. This is the ordinate at the inflection point. So this curve, it is extended backward till it cuts the ordinate drawn at the inflection point, that is P here. This point is called as F, where this extended part, extended line, cut the ordinate at this inflection curve point F. Then this point B is joined with F with a smooth curve, this type of smooth curve. Similarly, F is joined with A with a smooth curve. Both are joined. The portion below this shows the base flow. So this method is used in the areas, in the locality, in the catchments where the natural flow or base flow is predominant. Right? The surface runoff hydrograph obtained after the base flow separation is known as direct runoff hydrograph. So this portion between AFB peak and this peak point, it is called as direct runoff hydrograph. So this is all about various methods. We shall not go for example 4 and 5. So these are the three methods, commonly used method for separation of base flow, and this separation of base flow is very important for development of the direct runoff hydrograph or surface runoff hydrograph. Thank you.